I'm going to go back down the little scary entrance. If I die, now you know how. But there's record. Once described by an Earth One publication as an elaborate and intricate one-man project, Bishop Castle takes its name from its designer and constructor, Jim Bishop. Hi, Mom! Look up, directly. Wow. You'll find it just off Colorado State Highway 165, within the San Isabel National Forest. But I do advise to bear in mind that as you approach, your navigation and communication devices will be rendered rather useless. So please keep your landing party together, or designate a meeting place should your security officers inevitably wander off to investigate something suspicious. These are very uneven steps, so I would be careful. This is cool. Be careful, Mom. A little bit. Jim Bishop bought the heavily forested 2.5 acres of land in 1960 when he was 15, with the help of his parents to sign the deal, for a mere $450 and began construction on what was originally intended to be a family project to build a cottage. After Bishop surrounded the cottage with rocks, several neighbors noted that the structure looked like a castle, and taking inspiration from this commentary, Bishop's plans changed. Legend has it that for most of the time Bishop was actively working on the castle, there was controversy with the government over the rocks that he used, as they did technically belong to the national forest surrounding his property. Where Bishop felt that they were his for the taking, the government wanted to charge him per truckload. That dispute has since been settled, but it was hardly the last. Another controversy surrounded the castle in 1996 when it was challenged by local and state government over unsanctioned road signs pointing to the site. But this was also eventually settled as the castle was named an official tourist attraction and official signs were issued. The castle itself is always open and visitors can visit free of charge. The castle mostly operates on donations and purchases from the gift shop and is widely considered an art installation or sculpture. From what I gather, this is for tax purposes and involves another controversy with the government. There are many signs about the castle property, some of which are warning you to be cautious, and that the castle takes no responsibility for any accident that occurs from climbing about. There are also a few signs warning you about things outside the property, like fire codes. So it may seem vaguely ironic that the original gift shop burned down, but that was concluded that the cause was likely electrical. It is interesting to note that there does seem to be fire damage around the fireplace in the grand ballroom, but this was likely caused by visitors at late hours rather than the proprietor. The ballroom is also quite a ways away from the former gift shop, so these two facts are very unrelated aside that they both involve fires. The castle itself is comprised of multiple towers of iron wrought-work and stone, and is constantly a work in progress. Seen in the Bridge to Nowhere and the tallest points of the towers, which are still only made of the iron. The whole thing is shaking. Does not seem structurally sound. I'm pretty sure this is how I die.
Well, now you're making me feel better about it. I figured.
But I'll have great footage if the camera survives.
I probably will never come up here in my life again. My fingers are freezing.
Yeah, mine too.
Wow.
My mom made it!
Oh, it wiggles.
We are high enough up that we have now service on our phones.
And the air's clean. So
Oh, hey! But there's still more to climb. So I can stand on this. barely. Really feel like I'm gonna drop my phone, so I'm gonna stop, because I don't want to kill someone by accident. But we made it to the top of Bishop's Castle, the tallest tower of Bishop's Castle. Air's thinner. You can see patchwork throughout from wear and tear of tourists. But my favorite was the stained glass windows, including this one, which seemed a bit out of place.
Hail Betty, Our Lady full of boop.
If this world hopper is being frank, I wouldn't say it was a particularly family-friendly location. Unless you're the sort that takes your children up Mount Everest. Indeed, should you undertake this adventure, I would urge you use the same cautious enthusiasm as if you were trekking up a somewhat dangerous mountainside. Wear comfortable clothing that won't snag, be very mindful of your steps, wear shoes with traction and a good sole, and maybe bring climbing gloves, just in case. Especially as the land the castle is built on is up 9,000 feet in elevation and it can be rather cold, even during the summer. You'll want your hands to have their full flexibility and grip. And should you encounter Jim Bishop himself, treat him as you would one of your mountain lions. Be respectful, don't badger him, stay calm, and slowly back away. If you do get to see him, please remember, don't film him. He may be loud, eccentric by your standards, and have some questionable beliefs, but he's still one of your fellow humans and not a spectacle to be gawked at. Based on the rant I overheard, though, I'd also probably avoid wearing any skulls or football jackets. Given the loud and violent way he was talking about what was or wasn't godly, I'm not entirely sure I'd have openly held my fiance's hand had she been with me, and I definitely consciously covered my "Give me the LGBT" shirt with my jacket when I was around him. Just to be safe. Honestly, you're probably best off wearing solid colors with no logos or text. All in all, if you're game for some adventure, and don't mind the adrenaline rush of feeling the ironwork structure sway beneath you, Bishop's Castle is a unique experience if you're ever in the area. Keep on the windy side of care, kindred, and until next time, stay curious.
We survived!
Died.
We did not almost die. There were some broken steps on the way. I would have showed you, but again, that seems like that probably would have ended in pain if I attempted that. So we're gonna go back down the main room. I think all the truly life perilous things are done. I survived.